Hi everyone. Today I'm going to talk about something that most men think they already know, but science says otherwise. For years, guys have been obsessed with one question: what size do women actually prefer? And if you're over 40, you might be surprised to learn that the answer has almost nothing to do with what you think. As a urologist who's seen thousands of men struggling with confidence and performance, I can tell you, it's not just about size, it's about something much deeper. In fact, recent studies show that what truly matters to women goes far beyond physical measurements. So before you compare yourself or feel insecure, stay with me, because in this video, we're breaking down what science really says about women's preferences and what every man, especially after 40, should know to stay confident and healthy in the bedroom. Let's start with the science behind what women actually want. When it comes to what women actually prefer, most men imagine there's a single magic number, some ideal size that guarantees satisfaction. But that belief, according to science, is mostly a myth. A well-known study published in PLOS One invited over 100 women to choose from 3D models representing different lengths and widths. The average choice for a long-term partner was around 6 inches, but here's the interesting part: most women said comfort, emotional connection, and technique mattered far more than size. In other words, what keeps a woman attracted isn't a number, it's how her partner makes her feel physically and emotionally. From a biological perspective, women's satisfaction is deeply tied to hormones like oxytocin and dopamine, the same chemicals that build trust and intimacy. That means a sense of safety, emotional closeness, and mutual excitement can trigger stronger responses than physical traits alone. It's not just about stimulation, it's about chemistry, both physical and emotional. And there's another layer. Research shows that women's preferences can change depending on context. Some studies suggest that during different phases of the menstrual cycle, attraction shifts slightly toward confidence and health indicators, not size. So, what women find appealing can actually be a reflection of overall vitality, not anatomy. What's even more fascinating is that, for men over 40, the focus should shift entirely. As testosterone levels begin to decline naturally with age, confidence and performance can change. But that doesn't mean attraction disappears, it simply evolves. Women in long-term relationships often value communication, endurance, and connection above everything else. So the real takeaway here is simple. Science doesn't say size doesn't matter at all. It says it matters less than you think. What truly shapes attraction and satisfaction is health, confidence, and emotional chemistry. And that brings us to the next question: what actually happens to a man's body as he gets older, and how does that affect his performance and confidence? Let's talk about the male physiology after 40. As men get older, the body goes through natural changes, some of them subtle, others more noticeable. Around the age of 40, testosterone levels begin to gradually decline, usually by about 1% per year. It might not sound like much, but over time, this small decrease can influence energy, stamina, mood, and even performance in the bedroom. One of the biggest shifts happens in blood circulation. Healthy blood flow is essential for maintaining strength and performance, but as men age, the lining of blood vessels, called the endothelium, becomes less flexible. This makes it harder for blood to move efficiently, which can affect endurance and recovery time. That's why regular exercise and heart health are directly linked to sexual health, because, in the end, performance is a cardiovascular event. Then there's muscle mass and hormone balance. Lower testosterone can lead to reduced muscle tone and a slower metabolism, which often impacts confidence and body image. Stress, poor sleep, alcohol, and certain medications can make this decline happen faster. The good news is that these changes are not a switch that turns off. They're a process that can be slowed down with the right lifestyle habits. Studies from institutions like the Mayo Clinic have shown that staying active, eating nutrient-rich foods, and maintaining a healthy weight can help preserve hormone balance and blood flow. Think of it less as losing performance and more as adapting, learning how your body changes and working with it, not against it. And it's worth remembering that these physical changes don't erase attraction or intimacy. Many men in their 50s and 60s report greater confidence and emotional connection with their partners than they ever had in their 20s. The key difference is mindset, understanding your body, and nurturing your health instead of worrying about comparison. So now that we know what's happening inside the body, let's flip the perspective. What do women actually want from men over 40? And how can science help us understand attraction at this stage of life? Let's dive into that next. So now that we understand what happens inside the male body as it ages, let's talk about something that's often misunderstood: what women actually value in men over 40. Because while physical performance plays a role, most women's long-term attraction is shaped by something much deeper. A 2018 study published in the Journal of Sexual Medicine revealed that women over 35 place greater importance on emotional connection, communication, and trust than on physical attributes. This doesn't mean attraction fades, it simply evolves. Many women said that what turns them on most is a partner who's attentive, confident, and present, someone who listens and engages, not someone chasing perfection. Here's the thing: as we age, both men and women experience shifts in hormone levels and emotional priorities. Testosterone may drop for men, but oxytocin, the bonding hormone, becomes more influential for both partners. That means emotional closeness and empathy can actually increase desire. It's not about chasing youth, it's about building a deeper connection that matches your stage of life. So, what can men over 40 focus on? Let's break it down into 3 science-backed habits that support both health and confidence. First, exercise for circulation. Simple cardio, resistance training, and even pelvic floor exercises can improve blood flow and stamina. Second, eat for hormones. Include foods rich in zinc, omega-3s, and vitamin D, as they help support testosterone and overall vitality. Third, rest and manage stress. Chronic stress and poor sleep are 2 of the biggest testosterone killers, and quality rest helps your hormones stay balanced. These habits don't just help physically, they also boost mood, energy, and presence, which women consistently rate as highly attractive traits. Remember, attraction isn't frozen in your 20s. It matures, just like you do. The men who age best are the ones who stay curious, confident, and connected. Up next, let's pull everything together. What does all this mean for your confidence, health, and relationships as you age? And what's the real secret behind lasting attraction? Let's wrap it up in the final part. So, how many inches do women really want? According to science, it's not just about size. It's about confidence, connection, and overall health. Studies have shown that attraction is far more complex than a number. Women care about how a man makes them feel emotionally safe, respected, and desired. And for men over 40, that means shifting the focus from comparison to well-being. Taking care of your body, managing stress, and maintaining emotional connection can do more for your performance and relationships than any quick fix ever could. It's about longevity, not perfection. Confidence comes from understanding your body, staying healthy, and being present, both mentally and emotionally. So the next time you catch yourself worrying about size, remember this: what women truly value is the man who knows himself, listens, and keeps showing up with energy and intention. That's real attractiveness. If you found this video helpful, share it with a friend who might need to hear this today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below. What do you think matters most in intimacy after 40? And in the next video, we'll explore natural, science-backed ways to support testosterone and energy without relying on supplements. Stay tuned.